What's up, guys? I had this idea for a long time to show you what helped me to get rid of my pain in the elbow here, which is in theory called golfer's elbow, and which I earned through doing some repetitive motion, specifically with the serve. And I was mostly serving from outside wide, and I actually remember exactly the day when I did it. I added some weight on my frame of the racket because I wanted to make it, a little bit more heavier in the head, hoping to get more power on the serve. And when you serve wide from the outside and you do the first serve, you're gonna do a lot of that pronation, right? I'm gonna do a lot of rotation of my forearm, especially to serve wide. I'm gonna show you with the racket. So when I do the serve here and I go wide, I'm gonna do a lot of rotation here. So the golfer's elbow starts after you do many repetitive motions, and one of those is this serve. So how do we get rid of this kind of pain? It becomes very uncomfortable. I had to stop serving, even was hurting on my forehand. And I will tell you what are the first symptoms for the golfer's elbow. If you, again, don't need it, if you wash your face in the morning or whenever, so you put your hands on your face, you start rubbing, and you feel the pain in this part. So it's right here inside elbow. It's like this bone, the funny bone that you can get pain when you hurt it. It's a little bit around it or like a little bit inside. Another thing, you can test it if you put your hands here and you squeeze your head, you're gonna feel. I still have a little bit feel there, but I managed to completely recover from this, and now I'm serving properly and playing matches. So I will show you a couple exercises that'll help me a lot for this, and most of them actually represent the opposite motion of what we did for the serve and the pronation, whatever caused the golfer's elbow, right? So in this case, the motion that caused the golfer's elbow is this pronation, right? So it's this rotation of the forearm. So you can guess what kind of exercise I need to do. It's something that's going to make that opposite. So I need to do something that's making this motion, right? So in the beginning, I was starting only with rotating my palm. I'm just focused on this part. I'm putting the force when I'm turning around, and of course this motion is not painful. What was painful for me was opposite rotation here. So I was doing this kind of rotation, and I was repeating this for a few sets, 8 to 12 reps each day in the beginning. Once I started feeling it's getting a little bit loose, I got this thing which I held in the beginning, and it's called the TheraBand Flex Bar, and I really highly recommend this product. They have this in many different colors, starting from yellow, red. I think they also have the gold one. Each color represents different level of strength and how hard is it to bend it. And this kind of, it's like very easy to twist depending on the power. It's actually made for this kind of injuries. So let's get into the exercises. The exercise number 1, which I always start with, is having the flex bar in front of us like this, gripping with our injured arm here, right? And then with the opposite, we have to go all the way up and make that grip as far as we can here. What we'll do next is we're gonna just simply rotate that arm and straighten. At this point, I didn't allow my right hand to release the bar, so there is a twist in the bar, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slowly release the wrist, the tension of my right hand wrist, and it's gonna pull my hand like this, right? And it's actually stretching that part that was injured. Then I'm gonna release, and I'm gonna do it again, right here. I'm gonna do it again, and then release. Release. So as you see, basically what is that doing, it's actually doing this, which is opposite from my pronation, where I'm gonna do, I said I'm doing this one, but it's also a lot of wrist there, right? A lot of wrist on the racket, so it's there. What this one does is rotating the hand and the palm opposite way. Exercise number 2, we're gonna have the bar vertically, and then we're gonna have the injured arm on the top. The other arm is gonna be here. We try to get more inside, to get more twist, all right, in the bar. And we're gonna go all the way like this. Watch what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna release my right hand wrist and it's gonna rotate my arm upwards like this, right? So I'm gonna do it again. Injured arm here. Again, what's that doing is that stretching my injured part because I'm going this way, right? So again, it's opposite motion from what I was doing here, stretching it. Exercise number 3, the last one in this set, will be straight in front, and I'm simply going to bend the bar here, mostly focusing on my forearms. So I'm trying to do it with that part, right? As you can see, just looking at my injured arm, the motion is in the opposite direction from my serving pronation. So now I'm doing that part, right? On the pronation, it's going inside. So this one always feels good, and after these few exercises repeated for 3 sets, 2 or 3 times a day, within a couple of weeks, you're gonna feel much better, you're gonna feel less pain, and slowly you're gonna get to the point where you can serve normally again. I just want to add one more exercise, and this one is usually in the beginning. After you're doing this kind of thing, you can use something that has a weight, like some bar or stick. Usually a hammer would be a good thing because the weight is on one side, and you're simply going to rotate, and that weight is gonna stretch your arm in that way. You're gonna again stretch this part, right? So you're gonna repeat that motion for 8 to 10 times, repeat it for 3 sets. And another exercise which actually is causing some pain, and this is the indicator that you still didn't recover, is the one we had before. It was this, right? And now if you hold it from the bottom and then you try to bend it this way, if you feel the pain there, that means you're not recovered. So now I don't feel it at all. As you see now, I'm actually doing the pronation as in the serve, right? So this means that I recovered completely. So guys, I really hope that this advice will help you, because I know how uncomfortable this can be, the golfer's elbow, and I hope it's gonna help you in a shorter period of time so that you can come back on court and you can start serving again, going for your big kick and flat and slice serves, and again come back to the competitive matches. If there is any other questions about this, please let me know. You can put it down in the comments. Of course, you can like the, you can share, subscribe if you didn't do it so far, and guess what? I'll see you very soon.